In the past, Bulgarians used to be farmers. The lands which they cultivated were giving them fruit and feeding them, but in order to carry out their daily activities, they needed the tools and equipment which they couldn't make themselves. This way, various crafts were born to meet the needs and demands of the people. Copper processing. Copper processing is a metal processing craft which produced forged brass and is also called coppery. The copper processing artisans usually produced utensils, pots, trays, bowls, containers for water, dish sets, cups, boilers, etc. Pottery is one of the oldest crafts in the Bulgarian lands. Potters make various types of pottery, mostly for domestic use: cups, plates, vases, pitchers, pots, jars, etc. The potter's wheel is used to shape, sculpt and add extra decoration. It can be drawn, engraved or applicated. Braiding is a craft which is practiced for bread production. Plated cords which were used for decoration the quotes in the past. Braids were made in various colors and contained white fibers on twisted yarn. Braids decorated the edge of quotes and various shapes were made depending on the region of the country. Wood carving. Wood carving is one of the crafts which added beauty and aesthetic to Bulgarian life. There were three types of wood carving: shepherd, home and church carving. Home carving was especially popular in the 19th century. Bulgarians decorated their homes by wood carving pieces. The more complicated the decoration was, the higher status had the owner of the house. Iconography. Iconography is a craft which is closely associated with Orthodox Christianity. The canon is strictly respected in the process of the icon drawing. The Bulgarian iconography is strongly influenced by Byzantine art. During the age of revival, 18th and 19th century, the Bulgarian iconography reached its zenith. Very often images of Bulgarian kings were drawn on the icons in order to remember and keep alive the Bulgarian spirit. Leatherworking is a craft associated with the tanning and sewing the leather coats, hats, slippers, linings of coats, etc. In the past, such coats were very expensive and worn primarily by the wealthy Bulgarians. The tanning of the leather is quite time-consuming and requires much effort and treatment until the material is fit for cutting and sewing. Forgery and blacksmithing. Forgery and blacksmithing are crafts associated with the production of various types of vehicles drawn by animals, carts, wagons, drays. In order to make a vehicle which is strong and rides well, it requires many skills: carpentry, blacksmithing, wood carving. The decoration of the cart or the wagon required the master to be an experienced artist. Gold processing, silver processing, jewelry making. Gold processing, silver processing and jewelry making are crafts in which a variety of ornaments are made, mostly female decorations and accessoires. In Bulgaria in the 19th century there was a special tribute to silver. The craft was characterized by the use of patterns and the casting of a metal drain wire. Most often the masters were making buckles, complicated ornate decorations of the female belts, bracelets, rings and other jewelry. Knife making. Knife making is a craft which produced edged weapons, household scissors, knives, small holding knives, razors, etc. Each Bulgarian used to have his own knife which they always carried with themselves to help them in work or for self-defense during hard times. In our country, over the centuries, crafts have been passed by inheritance from father to son, from mother to daughter. There were no books in which to study one or another skill. Primary means of transmissions of information and the secret of the craft was personal devotion from master to apprentice.